Statham has about 5 buttons buttoned on his Henley, but his top one's unbuttoned. Makes no sense.
Gotta show a little collarbone.
But, I don't know. When they handed him those vials, I bet he was thinking it was going to be like Mountain Dew, and he was just going to chug it. But then it turned out to be this really thick, gloopy substance.
It looks viscous.
And he's like, what'd you guys do to me? Like, what'd you do to me here? Why am I... And he nails it with a straight face to show how much of a pro he is. I love it.
He does make a meal of sucking that stuff down. But yeah, it's uncomfortable.
This is my dream.
It's probably because it's so thick. He's there with a little vial to his face, and he's trying to like bang the last bits in.
Trying.
Yeah.
And he sells it because he's a pro.
They should have given him a squishier tube so he could squeeze it in.
Like a Go-Gurt.
Yeah, like a Go-Gurt. There you go. Like the brain tubes from iZombie.
Hey, I love that show. Now, this is my dream. We talked to John Pogue, and he unofficially said for Deep Blue Sea 4 Shark Week 2022. My hope, Jay,
yes,
is, listen, I would love TJ to come back. I would love for LL to come back. But my hope is that Misty Calhoun, Trent Slater, and Aaron Elroy are able to be in a movie directed by John Pogue and just allowed to be out in the open. Because all three of them, Trent Slater, Rob Mays, he's been in some big like Hallmark movies. He can act. I mean, people love that dude.
He's in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, he's in Thor Ragnarok. Daniel Savre is blowing up right now. She's making syndication money.
Yeah, and then, she's on that firefighter show, Station 19.
Chicago Fire?
Yeah. Station 19.
Station 19. And then Nathan Lynn, he's really likable in this. So put him in a movie with those other likable actors. Have them battle sharks. They're going to be good. I want them to... I want Misty to get a fully zipped up suit.
Same.
I want Trent Slater to be able to wear a cardigan and he's on his way home for Christmas and he gets that's what this plot of the Deep Blue Sea 4 is.
He is not Skarsgård in Kong.
Trent Slater, his vest game is so strong.
He won't wear anything with sleeves. That's not happening.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Sleeveless cardigan?
Listen, if he gets wet, it's going to bog him down. It's going to be too heavy of a fabric once it gets wet.
Yeah, the T-Slate doesn't do that. He's like AC Slater.
What is your ideal dream team of people coming back from all three movies?
Oh, it's everyone that survived. It's all of them.
Yeah, everyone who survived.
That's
too easy.
There's 8 people. Well, there's 9 if you count Ronnie Cox. There's 9 people. I think I think it's been come before. We want Ronnie Cox to be financing a team that's comprised of the 8 people who have encountered the sharks before.
But
Nobody
the
else.
With this kind of movie, though, is if you have that many people that come back, a bunch of them are dying.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We're okay with that. As long as Preacher survives, it's fine.
So who are you willing to sacrifice in Deep Blue Sea 4?
Everyone apart from Preacher.
Yeah, Preacher's the only one who lives again.
Well,
he needs a new bird.
Our girl from Deep Blue Sea 3. I would
Emma Collins?
Yeah, I would want her to survive.
We can't kill Tanya Raymond.
No. That's it. I like all 3 of the survivors from Deep Blue Sea 3.
She's the smartest of the lot. She's quite smart of the people who have survived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like all of them. So that would be the worst. I would be so depressed. You just get everyone like
it's gonna go super dark horror movie.
Dr. Misty Calhoun is being directed by John Pogue. She's crushing it. You're like, man, she's awesome. And then she just gets wiped out. You're like, what? What?
It's gonna go as mean as 47 meters down.
Oh, please no. That's horrible. So are we saying the only ones who live are LL and Dr. Emma Collins?
Well,
I like Preacher Dudley.
I like all of the survivors from Deep Blue Sea 3.
Yeah, I know.
I kind of don't want to lose any of them. I think we're all okay losing everyone from Deep Blue Sea 2. We like them. We want them all to come back. That'd be great. But if we had to lose people in the next film, in Deep Blue Sea 4, then I think top of the list is the 3 make it out of this one.
Yeah, they should just be happy they're in it.
Yeah, it's a cold open where they're out. The Coast Guard never arrives. They're just paddling their boat, and then a big shark eats them.
Yeah, let's be honest. Those ladies that all survive in Deep Blue Sea 3, they're scrappy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're so likable at the end. They're like, you're stuck with us. If one of them died, it would hurt. It would be bad.
Mm-hmm. It would be ugly.
I mean, okay. TJ, right? TJ, Carter Blake. He doesn't quite have it anymore, right? It's 20-some years later. He's still riding the sharks. He's looking great. He's riding one shark, and another shark comes from another direction and eats him.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine that.
What if he goes all expanse and some sort of proto-molecule takes over the sharks and that kills him?
Oh,
Because I just want to put the Expanse into everything.
Deep
so.
blue sea and space. Deep blue space.
Deep blue space.
Where sharks get infected with the proto-molecule.
Oh my gosh. This
Wow.
is a dream.
Space cannot be deep and is not blue.
Space
But
sharks.
other than that, I'm on board.
Space sharks.
Space. Wait.
Sharks in space.
No. So remember in Midnight Sky? Have you seen Midnight Sky, Jay?
No.
Or like, let's say there's a big spaceship, but there's a planetarium. Not a planetarium. That's like a thing where you sit and look at fake stars. There's a big ecosystem in there with or high life. There's gardens. There's water. There in one of these spaceships, there is giant.
They
tanks.
were in a station that had a full biosphere in it.
Yeah, giant tanks. But someone sneaks a shark on.
Ooh.
Like a proto-molecule shark, and attacks all of our deep blue sea people.
It's amazing. But they have to bring in Amos because you just have to.
$80 million budget, directed by Rennie Harlan. Written by Denis Villeneuve.
Who's going to shoot it?
Roger Deakins.
Oh my God. Take my money.
Imagine Roger Deakins working with Rennie Harlan.
Oh my.
It
With-
would be. Well,
Wes Anderson's production designer.
no, that's too much.
Okay, Nathan Crowley, the guy who did Tenet.
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
And,
yeah.
and the beach movie with the war. With Tom Hardy
Dunkirk?
flying around a plane.
Dunkirk.
Yeah. Wow.
I was going to say 1917.
The
Well,
beach
that's
movie
great
with the
ones.
war. Did you just?
Well, I got 1917 confused with Dunkirk, and then they all just blended in together.
Oh, the beach movie with the war. I love it.
Excellent cinema all together.
Nathan Crowley, production design. Yes, that would be beautiful. Oh, I would love that so much. But, okay, I am impressed by Dr. Misty Calhoun's industriousness, because she does grab a welding torch. I mean, she's doing it.
She knows what she's looking for, too.
And she's
She
making
might
it happen.
blind us with that flashlight, but
Oh, thank you for bringing that up.
oh my gosh, I have a note about it. Blinding flashlight.
Yeah, we get bombed a lot with that flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
more so than
and
the
she
beach.
leaves it. She finds it in the room, turns it on. She picks up a bunch of stuff, realizes she can't quite carry everything and the flashlight. So she leaves the flashlight behind for the next people to use the room. But I did appreciate she's trying to carry a lot of stuff. And, you know, I regularly walk 3 dogs on my own. Each one has like a retractable lead. And it gets dark, and I'm trying to hold a torch and 3 leads and pick up a bag of poop that they've left on the floor for me. It's tricky sometimes. So I like that she's struggling to pick up all these things and carry all these things. She's overshot how much she can carry, and she has to just relinquish the torch. I like that.
You need to, they need to go for a Mark Hoffmeyer special solution to that, the headlamp.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my film sets. Megan had to deal with this for years, where if you have film sets, you need everything known to man in your truck at all times. So I had headlamps, I had yeah.
I remember one Christmas where pretty much everybody at the house got a headlamp. And everyone was trying them off at the same time and blinding each other. It was great.
At 2 a.m. in the morning when you're packing up a truck, a headlamp's great.
Yeah, hands-free, love it.
I gotta say, though, the worst part about that scene is the chain that's there. That chain does no favors to Misty.
Well, she spends
Dr.
a lot
Misty
of
Calhoun.
she spends a lot of energy avoiding it with her body when she could have probably just moved it with her hand.
They probably didn't want her moving much because of the framing,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
And
sure.
she's rushing. She doesn't want to waste time. There's baby sharks in this water. She could die any second.
She got stuck in that chain.
She does, yeah. A couple of times.
I felt bad for her. I felt so bad for Danielle in that scene because, just, guys, you don't need that chain there.
Well, it's also, remember, it's dark, so maybe she can't. She's trying to navigate things.
I get stuck in chains all the time.
Oh no. It's terrible.
That sounds bad.
No comment.
Yeah, no
Should see
comment.
Mark trying to close the curtains.
Whoa! It's like an SNL skit. Have you seen the one with Brewer when he opens up that cupboard and all the pans fall on him?
I have not.
Oh, we'll just type in Jim Brewer pans Saturday Night
Okay,
Live.
will do.
You'll get a good laugh. No, but I don't know. I just had a good time watching her walk into that chain because I bet you just put one there and then she just had to act around it.
I mean, it's not a good position to have that chain either, like dangling right in front of the doorway.
Yeah.
I feel like if she were to somehow shut the door, it would hit the chain and the chain would block the door from shutting. So that's just a bad place to have it.
And it would alert the rowdy sharks.
Yeah.
Yes, the noise, for sure. I'm just wondering how they got there.
What?
The chains.
Because well, I guess if you're welding, you might need the chains for leverage. So
But would they be blocking the door like that? Maybe some things shifted as the facility was...
I got an idea.
What?
Okay. Trent Slater, when he's welding, he can't hear things. So he puts a chain by the door so if people walk in...
So it's like a bell?
Yeah, he hears the chains.
Oh, I have a customer.
Because he hates being surprised. He has a welding shop?
Yeah.
He hates being surprised during his welding.
Mm-hmm.
Never interrupt me during my welding.
Well, that'll do it. Unless you're Misty, because she's kind of a ninja. She sort of gets around it.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
What's your favorite watching scene in this movie? Where Dr. Misty Calhoun watches Trent Slater weld sleeveless, or the shark watching Carl Durant?
I mean, the shark.
Yeah, there's no contest.
It's such a good, also weird visual. I can see it in my mind now. It's burned there. I feel like that shark stared into my soul through that window.
Yeah.
Just red lips. Is this Aaron's finest moment in this clip? What do you think?
Talking to Daniel?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Megan?
That or the raft? I don't know.
He gives a heck of a pep talk.
Yeah.
He does.
Aaron is this movie's preacher.
Steady. Hang on.
Well, he does, because the evolution of his character, right? He's powerless when he goes into the water, but then he finds a good solution to live. So he uses the bed to live. Preacher uses his oven to live, and Aaron uses a bed mattress.
Oh, I see. I was wondering what Aaron's solution to live was. Because when he first encountered the sharks, it was like just they don't like eating him. That's not a solution he came up with. That's the shark.
Well, Bella told him not to do it, right? Bella said, "Hey, listen, little ones, let this guy be. I like
this
him.
guy alone. He's my buddy."
He's my fave. The rest are snackable.
Okay, maybe don't eat Leslie, but since it was her research that did a lot of this, we can't have this getting out, so take her out too.
Or maybe they took her out to punish Daniel. I don't like that.
Whoa. That's next level mean right there.
Yeah, especially because he stole her research.
Yeah.
For 7 months.
That's just rude.
And he only told her because he goes, "You're going to find out eventually."
Maybe Bella is like, hey, I know you might have to eventually eat them all, but just save him for last.
Yeah. Which one,
so
Aaron?
They had an order. They had a plan.
Like, everyone else is fair game. Just save him. Maybe he'll survive and he can get out. I don't know.
Yeah, but if he does something dumb and messes up, you can eat him. But if he does something smart...
That feels reasonable for a smart shark.
Yeah.
Smart shark.
Super smart shark?
Super smart shark.
So we'll get to this more next week, but if Aaron was on the lower half of the ladder and Daniel was climbing up first, would they have eaten Aaron's lower half?
No. They would have jumped over Aaron.
They would have climbed up
They
Aaron
could.
like salmon
They
jumping up a
could
waterfall.
air.
Yeah. So Aaron would have gone underwater, and Daniel would have been like, "No!" And then the sharks would have eaten Daniel, and he would have been like, "What?"
Have you ever watched salmon jumping up a waterfall?
Yeah.
That's what I'm imagining now with the baby sharks leaping up past Aaron and
They have
nipping at
some
Daniel.
ups. Those
Yeah.
little sharks have ups.
They don't like Daniel.
I mean, do we like Daniel?
No.
No.
I mean,
Exactly.
he gets what's
They
coming to him.
tell.
Yeah.
They know. They know he stole her research.
Okay, I feel terrible for the lawyer for dying. Craig Burns has a terrible yellow tie.
Yep.
But he also is talking about, he knows better. He's like, Carl Durant has lost it. Carl Durant, oof. I mean, the Ruangari and Kwame, they're shark finners, so they're death, sure.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That was a tough scene. They really, I mean, obviously they didn't cut a real shark's fin off, but it looked pretty real.
It's good practical effects.
Yeah.
Good acting. That guy was killed by, he's been killed by Carl Urban and Vin Diesel.
Wow, that's some prestige.
He needs to get killed by Judi Dench and Tandy Newton now
And
to have the
Helen
Chronicles of Riddick.
I watched Rogue with Megan Fox the other day, and Tamer Berjak is one of the bad guys in Rogue, and I recognised his voice from Deep Blue Sea 2.
Does he get killed?
I don't think he does. It's hard to tell because there's a lot